Let's dive into the world of blockchain by first looking at current economic trends on this site called Glassdoor. On this site, you can find out the job opportunities in the US and salaries. For example, let's run a search with blockchain. And then for our location, let's set it to San Francisco. When we search, we get our results. And here it says Coinbase. Coinbase is a very famous company. And we see job listings here, and for this, we got 405 results. Scrolling down, we see Facebook and Ripple. You see that many companies are posting their job openings on the site. Glassdoor has a blog article, and this particular one focuses on blockchain. The main point of this article is that currently there is a rising demand for those familiar with blockchain. When we scroll down to the bottom, we see a bar graph. The green represents the job openings related to blockchain, and we see that there is a growing demand for this technology. The orange line represents the Bitcoin price, and you see here that the price suddenly jumped up at this point. Since then, the Bitcoin price has gradually been going down, but we see that the related job openings are still increasing. Now that we understand that there's a high demand for those with the skills, let's look at location. Coming in at first place is New York. New York has many financial service positions, so that's why 24% of the job openings are in New York City. Silicon Valley is a location that's in between San Francisco and San Jose. If we add the percent shares of San Francisco and San Jose, we get 27%. So we can say that it does make up a big portion of the blockchain job openings. In fifth place, we have Seattle, which is where Microsoft's headquarters are located. Microsoft also provides a platform for blockchain, so that's why they have about 4% of the shares. Now scrolling further down, we see information on the top 5 international metros for blockchain job openings. Scrolling further down now, there's information on the top 15 occupations for open blockchain jobs, and coming in at first place is software engineer. Included in this list, we also have product manager and front-end engineer, but there's a greater demand for software engineers. And let's see which companies are hiring for positions. We see here as coming in second, IBM. IBM also has their own blockchain platform, and we see that their share of blockchain-related jobs is 12%. Coinbase is coming in as third, which is not surprising since Coinbase is a cryptocurrency exchange platform. So they indeed do need professionals with blockchain knowledge. Looking down the list, we see Oracle, Accenture, JP Morgan, a financial institution, and KPMG, one of the big 4 accounting firms. There are job postings from these kind of big firms where professionals with blockchain technology are in high demand. Let's look at another website. This is an article from Forbes. There's a list of 50 largest public companies that are focusing on blockchain technology. We see American Express coming in at 50th place. We have Mizuho, a Japanese bank here. Let's look at some of the other bigger companies. Coming in at 41st place, we have Facebook. Facebook announced Libra cryptocurrency in 2019, and since then, it's caught people's attention. And we also have Google and Apple at 8th place. We also have Amazon coming in at 32nd place. Amazon provides its own cryptocurrency platform. We won't be looking at each one of the companies listed here, but you see we have companies like Microsoft and Intel, and can see that many big companies are involved in blockchain technology. Let's look at some of the companies in detail. First, we have Facebook. Facebook announced its Libra cryptocurrency and has caught people's attention from all over the world. In the US too, this is a popular topic and has even been discussed on Bloomberg, as you see here. Facebook does post many job positions related to blockchain, and this high demand for professionals with blockchain knowledge will probably continue. Now, let's look at Amazon. Amazon also provides the platform for blockchain through their Amazon Web Services, aka AWS. This Amazon Managed Blockchain is a fully managed service that makes it easy to join public networks or create private networks. Next, let's look at Microsoft. This is Microsoft's website, and we have blockchain here. Microsoft provides a platform called Azure, and the same can be said about IBM. IBM also provides blockchain platform. These three companies, Amazon, Microsoft, and IBM, they're all big companies and they all provide blockchain platforms. This data alone may be strong evidence that companies utilizing blockchain infrastructure will continue to increase. So please remember that the big companies are focusing their business involving blockchain technology. Here's another food for thought. This is a blog article on Google Cloud, but it mentions how Google provides a tool for searching with Ethereum's network. It seems like Google will also continue to be actively involved in blockchain technology. Now let's look at Apple. This article mentions how Apple submitted a SEC filing that describes their commitment both internally and externally to ethically source materials for its popular products. And how are they going to do that? It's been reported that Apple drafted guidelines based upon the principles and definitions for the application of blockchain technology. In the article it says when iChain. It mentions that there's a possibility that Apple will begin to offer some form of blockchain-related service. To summarize my point with all these articles, we see that these big industries in the Silicon Valley have interest and are involved in blockchain technology. Their continued interest in this technology then results in a continued demand for engineers with this knowledge. Now on to our next topic. I previously introduced Glassdoor. And this is a list of 25 highest paying companies in America. Let's look at this list in detail now. Ranking in at first and second are consulting firms. Then coming in at third, we have VMware, which is a virtualization and cloud computing software provider. Then we have Splunk coming in at fourth, which is a company that develops software for big data. Now let's scroll down a little further. And coming in at sixth, we have Google. Then we have Facebook coming in as seventh. Then NVIDIA in eighth place. NVIDIA is doing well too with its sales of its crypto mining cards growing. Then down below, we have McKinsey, another consulting firm. Then coming in at 10th, we have Amazon. We also have Juniper, LinkedIn, and Salesforce. As you see here, there are many companies included in this list that are located in the Silicon Valley. And let's see, we also have Microsoft down below here as 19th place. Most of these companies are consulting firms or IT companies. About 80% of the companies listed here are IT companies. Now that we've discussed this list, let's move on to our next slide. If you know some of the history behind the IT industry, you may already know this, so if you do, feel free to skip this section. But before, companies that develop networking products were growing at a fast pace. Some example of these companies would be Juniper, Cisco, and F5. These three companies were mentioned in the list we just went over. So the software networking sector expanded, and next the focus becomes on current trends, which is network virtualization, represented by companies like VMware. Then we had the growth of SNS. For example, Facebook. Then came cloud computing services with Amazon, Salesforce, and Google. We also have big data represented by Splunk. These fields have seen a tremendous amount of growth and popularity, and that's why these companies are able to offer high-paying positions. And now, what about the future? What will the future trend look like? We have AI, rocket, robot, and fintech-related industries catching the public's interest. Rocket and AI are the fields that Elon Musk is proactively developing. Masayoshi Son, a billionaire and CEO of SoftBank in Japan, along with Google, are buying robotics firms. The fintech market is gaining attention as well, and venture capital firms see the fintech market as an investing opportunity. For example, NVIDIA has gained popularity due to its development of the crypto mining cards. We see from these companies that the more demand there is in a particular field, the higher the pay. Let me include the rankings of these companies on this slide. We see by looking at this historical trend in the IT field that the market that is gaining popularity in our current economy is able to offer positions with higher pay. Network-related companies here come in as 11th and 23rd, and we can say that this market's popularity has calmed down. Next, we have SNS and cloud, which are markets with pays that are higher than the network field. The same can be said for the virtual machine and big data market. Virtualization software gained a tremendous amount of attention and popularity not long ago, and the same can be said for the big data field. That means that the company's sales are going up, and if companies IPO, then the company gains even more popularity, both domestic and internationally. As you can see, there is a direct relationship between the popularity of the particular field and the amount of pay. My main point with this is these companies that are currently gaining popularity will continue to gain more popularity. If you're able to figure this out and study the technology in these fields, you may become an engineer that will have the knowledge required in these fields. I'm not saying that pay is everything because it isn't, but it would be nice to study and gain the knowledge that employers are seeking for. And regarding this fintech does have some ties with blockchain. Down below, I'm going to add on blockchain and include the companies that are often referred to as GAFA, which stands for Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon. We see that these companies are focusing on blockchain technology. Facebook has already announced its own cryptocurrency called Libra. As an engineer, understanding and knowing blockchain technology is important for stepping up your career to the next level. It's said that the wealthy companies and individuals create the trends in our economy. So whether it's AI, rocket, robot, or fintech, big companies in the Silicon Valley, which represent the IT industry in the US, will gain international attention and will become the world trend. What's popular in the US becomes popular worldwide, and this has been proven many times if you look back in history. The next popular technology is blockchain. And I think understanding this technology is going to open up many opportunities for your career. We understand that blockchain is gaining popularity, so let's get further into blockchain. Can blockchain technology only be used for cryptocurrency? This might be a question you might have. It can actually be used for so many different purposes and can benefit many industries. For example, it can be used in the real estate sector. There's also IoT, ride-sharing, and also gaming. Explaining in words just how blockchain can help many industries won't really give you a clear picture. And the best way is to write and run the codes to get a real understanding of how blockchain technology can be applied to other sectors. PowerPoint slides with a general overview of how blockchain technology can be used in a variety of sectors isn't really going to sink in. So here I won't be going into details about each sector, but I'm just going to summarize by saying that blockchain technology has the potential to be applied in many different platforms. Even professionals who aren't engineers, for example, let's say you're a business developer. By taking this course, you can get a better understanding of blockchain technology and can grasp a better image of how blockchain technology can be applied in different industries. So let's move on. Next, we have the most popular programming languages used in blockchain development. There are many programming languages introduced here. For example, we have Ethereum Solidity. We also have C#, C++, SQL, Ruby, JavaScript, Java, Python, and Go. If we look down below at Neo, development is done using Go, and some parts using Python, JavaScript, C#, C++. Different languages may be used. For example, let's say JavaScript is used for the front end, and maybe some other parts are developed using a different programming language. This time we're going to be focusing on Go. Go was developed by Google and is popular in the Silicon Valley. And in this course, we'll focus on Go, but if you're able to understand this course, it should also be helpful when learning about a different programming language. Now let's move on to our next web page. This is a list of programming languages by popularity. Coming in at first place is Python. This red line here is Python. And in recent years, artificial intelligence, AI, and fintech are gaining popularity. and Python is one of the leading languages that are used for the development for these. So that's why Python is gaining popularity. Here we have Java, which is slowly decreasing in popularity over time. And the same can be said for PHP. Now let's look at Go. It was developed in 2015 by Google, so it's still quite recent, but you see that it's increasing popularity at quite a rapid pace. In Silicon Valley, many companies have started to use Go, so I'm predicting that Go will become even more widespread and popular. Now that we've gone over why Go is important and my reason as to why this course will be taught using Go, let's get into the fun part and start looking at blockchain development from scratch using Go.